Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. All wideouts, no backs. Moore to the air. He's going for it all. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Finally corralled and not before. He picks up the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. He's got room. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Buying some time. On the move to the right and looking for a big one.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Moore will throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Oregon! They put the first points on the board.
I mean, what a great way to start this game. Getting the football in the end zone, getting it to your big play wide receiver. Nice job by this offense.
Yeah, David, it just seems like this offense came out with a sense of urgency, right? They're playing with great energy, and it seemed like everything they dialed up on that drive worked perfectly. Really nice rhythm, really nice flow, and they cap it off with a touchdown pass.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Lost a throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Miller. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Slings it downfield. He's open on the right. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Finds his man. It's Miller. Spins away from the defense. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really nice job by the quarterback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Makes the grab. It's Miller. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Ducks! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The give is to Miller. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Catch in the middle, it's Lewis. There he goes. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its... And the ball's free in the backfield. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Hits him with a stiff arm. They drag him down, but not before they get the turnover and a terrific return on the fumble. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've already put a couple of this drive. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Grabs it up the 25-inch stride. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. He dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Coming out with it, it's Adams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's Simpson. Got a man, it's Williams. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. It's 1st down from their own 23-yard line.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive.
Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about intercepted? A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making...
Pulls it in on the left. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's not afraid to go deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped solid return on the pick.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Unloads to the wideout. And that was incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Moore to the air. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about...
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. And as the ball bounces out of bounds, no dice on the onside kick attempt. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Miller with the ball. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Almost the D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Scrambling away. Got it on the outside. It's Horton. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Miller. Can't get him to the ground.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
To the air, it's Simpson. Rushes on him. Fires downfield. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. He might be putting old Rudy Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get 1, it's a nice day. But when you get 2...
It brings it in down the left side. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And here's what I like about this play, man. First thing you do is take away the easy stuff. make him react, get him outside the pocket, and now you got to catch him. You got to have a plan for a mobile QB when he gets out the pocket.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Ducks!
Quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've just self-destructed too many times so far already with 3 interceptions in the game. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Throws to the wideout. Fires it incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Alabama comes to the line on third and short. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Got it in the middle, it's Miller. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting a run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He'll take another shot here. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Moore will throw. Forced out of the pocket. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Pulls it in down the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the 3rd 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love...
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They got it down to the 21. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Just keeps slinging it. Using his feet to buy time. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. Moore to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. Looking for the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
defense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the catch. It's Horton. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Bernard. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They have receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
That's caught. It's Miller. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, and getting him on the ground.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or there was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moore will throw. Here's the pressure. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle. Back on the line.
Breaks into the open on the left. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
There's usually two different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Power football with the run. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Simpson. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Oregon. The defense takes matters into its own hands. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. The give to the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a second down. Back to pass. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I know this guy is really athletic, but it's going to be hard to outrun a DB. It was a really nice job scrambling, trying to get what he could get on that third down. But there's the DB in the open field. Nice job rallying to the quarterback, getting him down. Now it's decision time for the offense, fourth and short.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Williams. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back.
Got it in stride inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you. But when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw it.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Might be calling a hot route. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready to do it again.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Trying play action. Now sliding to his left. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And on a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Here comes the heat. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Ducks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Off the play fake. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pressure going right. Running to Green. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Unleashes one. Finds space on the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Ducks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Now rolling to the left. Dances away. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give is to Miller. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime. The give to the left side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Give to the running back. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth. Little touch pass to the receiver. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Adams. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. In the low percentage play, the onside kick bounces out of bounds, and they'll drop the flag. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand.
Ready. Yankee blue. Yankee blue. Easy.
He's got it again. Breaks into the open. Gets it past the marker. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Looking for a man, it's Simpson. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you could tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
And he tacked on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Bears on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies.
Makes the grab inside the 30. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right. There he goes. Made a defender miss. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Bama! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up. He's going for it all. Pulls it in on the right. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige.
Turning it on. No, he got loose. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Oregon.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Running behind that left side. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
The give to the back. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Alabama will get the first down.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
The play action fake. Pulls it in. It's Hill. At the 35, he's open. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Snags it, and he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down.
And he will score! Touchdown, Ducks!
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rank. Oh, he's got some space. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Off play action. Here's a heat. Lowers those pads. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the 1st down. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. In the red area, it's Miller. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Oregon. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover and another touchdown, man. They don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their 2nd fumble return for a touchdown today.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. Couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Great place to start for this offense. Off play action on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Ducks want to move quickly.
Second down. Okay, ready? Cookie.
Now the play fake. Throws for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Miller with the ball. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Makes it past the marker. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Oh, they're after him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. They're going to test the right side with this one. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And the game is underway with a kickoff out of bounds. Not the way you drew it up, but a great break for this offense. Quarterback may change this route. Moore will throw. He's going to take a shot right away. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Adam. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. And they're able to dive on that football and get it back. That would have been a disaster to cough it up immediately after a score.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. They're going to throw it to start the drive. The sure hands, it's Miller. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Leaves it with the running back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Simpson. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and you're, that guy is really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue.
Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. It's caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Oh, Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Adams. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They go to the ground. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Simpson. He'll throw it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. Lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Moving out to the right. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Alabama pushing the tempo. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. On the move, he fires. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Throws for the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the second quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Looking left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This offense has it with really good field position. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Oregon! A great catch and run for 6.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back. In this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. They'll immediately call timeout. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. The give is to Miller. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. That's caught. It's Williams. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble. Alabama quickly back to the line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make going for it all. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. Buys a little extra time. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Wow, the quarterback got away with one there. He's lucky that defender dropped that pass, because if he picks it, he might have taken that one to the house.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Quarterback now breaking the field. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead.
Oregon 35, Alabama 0.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Back to the ground game on the left. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Miller with the ball. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that one...
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create...
Fires toward the end zone. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Simpson. That's reeled in, it's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying play action. Looking for space to the left. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. They'll try it over the left side.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Off the play fake. Dances away to buy time. On the run, fires downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Coming out with it, it's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. The run to the left. Turning it on. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On first down from their own 22. Corners are going to bail. They'll ride the hot hand. Fights off a defender.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Looking to take a shot. He's got it on the right. There he goes. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Here comes that Alabama offense. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Bringing the heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. Rustled out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Moore will throw. Quarterback extends the play. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. The Ducks in the hurry-up. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
The play action fake. Using his legs to buy some time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Looking to the big tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was. And because of the late throw, they're able to come up with the interception.
They're testing the right side here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going with the ground game left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Off play action. Fires to the right. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the...
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
And he puts through the extra point. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's the handoff. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
4th down.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rolling right and going deep. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Moore to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw go.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Power football with the run. Shakes off the defender. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, what a grab, pulling it in with one hand. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15. Alabama quickly back to the line. To the air. It's Simpson. Steps away. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got it.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Well, you can't blame this offense for wanting to be aggressive. They're down by a lot on the scoreboard here, and that time going 4 verticals, trying to stretch the defense, see if someone can get open. But, David, the defense was expecting it, and they were able to come away with the INT.
Yeah, the only thought I have right now, Jesse, is I'm playing deep. I can't give up the big plays. I want to make them earn it. The clock is my friend. Getting the lead, having the lead in the fourth quarter. Nice execution by this defense, and this one ain't over, but it's looking more like it.
He's got an open man. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. They'll line up for a second down play. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown time. And they turn it into a defensive score. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. But, man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. And it's no good. He missed the extra point. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Moore will throw. He tries to take the top off. Hauls in the deep ball. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Oregon. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Recovered by the kicking team.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. How about this? These guys are going for 2. Set, ready. Moore to the air. He makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. I don't think it would have killed them to kick it there. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. And the ball is loose on the return. disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate.
And now the ball is free in the end zone. Ball was loose in their own end zone, and the defense recovered it for a touchdown.
It's a defense that plays with great effort. You saw it right there. Creating the fumble, jumping on the loose ball for a score. What a momentum-shifting play.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Snaps it in the shotgun. On the run, still looking. Escapes the pressure to his right. He makes the grab for the two. I don't know why you need to go for two there, but they do, and it's successful. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down in bounds, that's really impressive.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. And he throws another interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Pressure coming. And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Rushes on him. And this defense is bringing the Heat another sack. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Might be changing the route. On third and forever, let's test his arm strength. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab plenty for the first down. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Moore will throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a second and long. Trying play action. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Keeps looking downfield. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He's got it. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Looking to throw on first down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on it.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Looking for a crease. It's Green. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. After this, it'll be a wrap. Moore to the air. He'll take a deep shot here. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. a squad from the MAC, the Kent State Golden Flashes, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College. Quarterback making checks. Going right to work up top. Coming out aggressively. Makes a catch at the 15. Touchdown, Oregon. And once he found open... And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last. He'll off one deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't... This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air. Working that left side now. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Ducks will hustle to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Fires it. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Boom. Powers through. And they'll close in. First play of the period, first down here. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab down the middle. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the...
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point puts them on top 20. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Gonna let it fly. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Here he goes. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Oregon! Just about a half minute to play in the first half. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. He toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take another shot here. He's got it. And he will. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's incomplete, trying a little razzle-dazzle there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
Off the play fake. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Takes a hit as he fires. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Time to take a shot. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. He might want another play. He wants to throw it again. Firing to the right, complete. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. Touchdown, Oregon! Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete to the left. At the 40, there he goes. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Breaks into the open. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. To the ground, he's got it again. And into the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown! And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Here we go. Give to the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. No huddle offense to the line.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find... to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They want to get this defense on its heels. Trying to beat them to the left. And some room to work. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. 20 to the 19.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he rolls it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, Dave?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? To the air on 2nd down. Just trying to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to buy time. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And the Ducks will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on 4th down. Instead, they back up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. They'll run play action. Looking to scramble. Slings it downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but they reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record,